Central School, class 5th, lesson number 1, in subject English, Ravi and his friends. In this class, we are going to discuss about the Ravi and his friends. This lesson, Ravi, Rima, Ramu Kaka and frogs. These are the characters comes in this lesson. Words to know. What are the difficult words in this lesson? Tended, Valavu. Meaning in tended Kannada, Valavu. Peculiar, Vichitra, ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾದಂತಹ. Paired, ಇಣುಕಿ ನೋಡೋದು. Gunny bag, ಗೋಣಿ ಚೀಲ. Illegally, ಅಕ್ರಮವಾಗಿ. These are the difficult words comes in this lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn about, discuss about the Ravi and his friends. Who is Ravi and Ravi's friends, what they will do, that we are going to discuss about this lesson. ಈ ಲೆಸನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರವಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ರವಿ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಈ ಲೆಸನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, all of you open page number 12 and put finger on the book. Ravi was very fond of his unusual pets, two frogs. Though his mother and little sister Rima called them creepy and ugly, yet Ravi took extreme care of them. He named them Harya and Bori. Okay, Ravi named the pet's name Harya and Bori. These are the frogs. These are the two frogs, friends of Ravi. Friends of Ravi. These are the two frogs, friends of Ravi. Okay. Ravi was very fond of his unusual pets, two frogs. Ravi was fond of his unusual pets, two frogs. Ravi loves his two pets. That name is Harya and Bori. But though his mother and little sister Rima called them creepy and ugly. But his mother and little sister Rima, they call it as creepy and ugly. Creepy and ugly. Creepy means creepy, tagaluva. And ugly, asaya. They are not looking good. The frogs are not looking good. Yet Ravi took extreme care of them. He named them Hari and Bori. But Ravi took extreme care of them and he named them to the frogs Hari and Bori. Ravi is very fond of his unusual pets, two frogs. But his mother and the sister, they were not liking that frogs. But Ravi is taking more care of that frogs and he named as Hari and Bori. ರವಿಗೆ ಆ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಸ್ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಅವನು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಆ ಫ್ರಾಗಿಗೆ ಹರಿಯ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೌರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರಿಟ್ಟ. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮದರ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ತಂಗಿಗೆ ಈ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಸ್ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟನೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. One day Ravi's father came and announced that they were shifting to an old bungalow. One day Ravi's father came and announced, we are shifting to old bungalow. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಬಂಗ್ಲೆಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೀವಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಬಂಗ್ಲೆಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರ ಅಪ್ಪ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರಂತೆ. Ravi jumped with joy. Hurrah, he said, now my Harya and Bori will have a lot of place to jump around. But Ravi jumped and he said happily, hurrah, happily. He said, now Harya and Bori will have a lot of space to jump around. Their father came and announced, we are shifting to old big bungalow. Then Ravi felt happily and jumped because their two friends Harya and Bori, they are enjoy and jump in a big area. In that bungalow, the more big garden is there. That's why he enjoyed and jumped. My friends get more space to play, like he thought, and he enjoyed. ಅವನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಅಪ್ಪ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾವಿವಾಗ ಬೇರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಂಗ್ಲೆಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ರವಿಗೆ. ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಟಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸಿಗೆ ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಹರಿಯ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೌರಿಗೆ ಆಟಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. Rima was also passed with the news. Thank God, she remarked, now at least they will not jump on our toes and all that time. ಇವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಅವು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆಲ್ಲ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮೊದಲು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಹೌಸ್ ದ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಜಂಪಿಂಗ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದೆಮ್ ಇನ್ ದೇರ್, ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮಗೆ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಸ್ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ. ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ದೇವ್ರೆ ಈಗಾದ್ರೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದ ಹೌಸಸ್ ಡರ್ಟಿ ಆಡೆಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಮದರ್. ಅವ್ರ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಗಲೀಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ವಪ್ಪ, ಬೇರೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೀವಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಯ್ತು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ತಾವು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಸಹಿತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Their new home had a big lawn in a small outhouse. Their new home had a big lawn. In a small outhouse lived Ramu Kaka, the gardener who tended to the lawns, the vegetables patch and the flower beds. Ramu Kaka was a very hard-working man. No plant died under his loving and care. Their new home had a big lawn. They are shifted new home na. Their new home has a big lawn. ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡದು lawn garden ಇತ್ತಂತೆ. And in a small outhouse lived Ramu Kaka. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂಗಲೆ ಹತ್ರ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಔಟ್ಹೌಸ್ ಇತ್ತಂತೆ. ಆ ಔಟ್ಹೌಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮು ಕಾಕ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ರಾಮು ಕಾಕ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಗಾರ್ಡನರ್. ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪರ್ಸನ್. Gardener who tended to the lawns, the vegetable patch and the flowers beds. Ramu Kaka was a very hard-working man. No plant died under his loving and care. They were shifted in a new bungalow. In front of bungalow, one garden is there. In front of the garden, one outhouse is there. In the outhouse, Ramu Kaka is staying. Ramu Kaka is a gardener. He is taking care of the plants and the vegetables. What are the plants? They were soaked. All that they were taking care. Ramu Kaka is taking care of all that plants. Under his care, no one plant died. ರಾಮು ಕಾಕ ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಂತೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಕೇರಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಳಜಿಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಸತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. However, since the last few months, Ramu Kaka had become worried about his plants for big holes and developed in the leaves. But since the last few months, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನದಿಂದ ರಾಮು ಕಾಕ ತುಂಬಾ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. Why? Because the leaves of the plants, vegetable plants are becoming whole because of the pest ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹುಳುಗಳು. ಅವು ಹುಳುಗಳು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಿಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವು ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿತ್ತಂತೆ ರಾಮು ಕಾಕಗೆ. ರಾಮು ಕಾಕ had sprinkled some medicine on them. It had helped for a few days, but as new leaves sprouted, the holes repeated. Naturally, Ramu Kaka was very upset. ರಾಮು ಕಾಕ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು? ರಾಮು ಕಾಕ was a gardener. He was caring of all the plants, whatever the plants they were growing in the garden, he was taking care. But one day the Ramu Kaka has become upset because all the plants, the leaves, they are whole and the leaves spotted, leaves have become destroyed. But he sprayed some medicines. Even few days that will be normal. After whenever the new leaf happens, new leaf comes, new leaf sprouted, then that also again become spoiled due to the pest. ರಾಮು ಕಾಕ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು? ಅವಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಪೆಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಒಂದು ವಾರ 15 ದಿನ ಏನೂ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ನ್ಯೂ ಎಲೆಗಳು, ಹೊಸ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಉಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅವು ಮತ್ತೆ ರೋಗ ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತಂತೆ. That's why he is worried about lawn. Ramu Kaka is a gardener. He was taking care of all the plants, whatever the plants growing in the garden, but he is very upset because of the pests are eating the leaves. Pests are destroying the leaves. Pest means ಹುಳಗಳು, ಕೀಟಗಳು, ಹುಳಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅದು. They were destroying the leaves. That's why he is worried about more. Soon the monsoon arrived. As the first dark grey clouds appeared in the sky, Bauri laid many eggs. Soon monsoon means monsoon ಮಳೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, monsoon arrived. As the first dark grey clouds appeared in the sky, Bauri laid many eggs. Bauri is one of the frog, right? This lays eggs, many eggs. Understand? Bauri lays many eggs and the eggs are turned into tadpoles. Tadpoles means small frogs. The eggs are turned into tadpoles. Tadpoles ಆಗಿ eggs convert ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. The tadpoles become small frogs. The tadpoles become small frogs. croaking and jumping. Now all the frogs are covered in the garden area, vegetable plantation area. They were jumping from here and jumping here and there, jumping and croaking. They were making sound, some sound. Frogs are making some sound, right? Croak, 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 like that. They were making sound and jumping here and there. Even Ravi lost count of them. Even Ravi lost their counting. Before they have only 2 frogs. But since many days the Bori lays eggs, many eggs, then tadpoles become a small frogs. Even the Ravi lost of the counting. Ravi ge count ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಷ್ಟು frogs ಬೆಳೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ವಂತೆ garden ತುಂಬಾ. Meanwhile, Ramu Kaka noticed something very peculiar. None of the leaves were eaten up anymore. They were all shiny and healthy. Ramu Kaka ge ಒಂಥರ ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ಆಯ್ತಂತೆ. Peculiar means ವಿಚಿತ್ರ. Ramu Kaka ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ಆಯ್ತಂತೆ because frogs ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಕೀಟಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಪೆಸ್ಟ್ ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕೀಟಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ frogs ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ವಂತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ವೆಜಿಟಬಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೊಳಿತಾ ಇದ್ವಂತೆ. ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಂತೆ, ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಆಗಿದ್ವಂತೆ. None of the leaves were eaten up anymore. They were all shiny and healthy. He was extremely happy to see his plants flourishing. Happily, he plucked fresh okra, brinjals, tomatoes, turnips, radish, green chilies, and beans. For Ravi's mother and for himself, there was only one thing that annoyed him: the frogs. Frogs. What happened? Since monsoon arrived. After monsoon arriving, the Bowry lays many eggs. Thus many eggs turned into the tadpoles. The tadpoles become small frogs. These small frogs are surrounded in the garden area. In that garden area, even Ravi also can't count the frogs. That much frogs are grown in the garden area, and even all the frogs are eating the pests. All the frogs are eating the pests which are present in the surface of the leaf and the plant body. They were eating, and the plants, vegetables are very fresh vegetables getting that Ramu Kaka, and he plucked okra. Okra means bend a lady's finger. He plucked the okra. Brinjal means badnekai, and tomato, chilies, and radish, turnip, mulangi, turnip, carrot, what's that? Beetroot. All these turnip they were plucked and give to the Ravi's mother and also himself. They give the Ravi's mother and himself. But he is only struggling about he is only annoyed, means struggling about the frogs, only the frogs, because the frogs are making sound. Whenever he is sleeping, the frogs are making sound. That's why he is irritated from the frogs. But the frogs did the good job. They were eat the pests, right? They were eat the pests. That's why the frogs eat the pests. That's why the vegetables come very fresh and healthy vegetables they get. Frogs ಹುಳಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ರಾಮು ಕಾಕಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್, ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಗಿಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. The frogs did not allow him to do anything peacefully. They jumped or prayed at him and scared him out of his wits. But the frogs did not allow him to do anything peacefully. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸಮಾಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Sometimes they were jumping, sometimes they were cracking sound. They were making a sound, croak croak like that. They were making a sound. He could not sleep well at night as their constant tr disturbed him. He could not sleep at night constantly because they were making tar sound that will be disturbing him. He hated their shabby skin, long sticky tongue, and big bulging eyes. Moreover, he was scared that if their numbers kept increasing, they would spoil his flowers and vegetables. And even moreover, he is scaring. If the numbers of the frog increase means they will spoil my vegetables and flowers. What can I do like that? They were scaring. Why they were disturbing from the frog means the frogs are making sound, tar sound, and even they can't he can't do their work peacefully because they were disturbing to him. They can't do their work peacefully, and even he is thinking if the number of frogs increases means they will destroy my plants and whatever the flowers and vegetables, and even that frog eye, bulging eye, and big tongue, and their skin, everything they hated the frogs. Frog ಇಂದು ಕೈ ಕಣ್ಣೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂತಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನೇ ಒಂಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ we are scaring, right? We people also scaring about the frog. Like that Ramu Kaka was also scaring about the frog. One day Ramu Kaka's grandson came from the village to visit him, he too was surprised to hear the loud frogs. One day, Ramu Kaka's grandson, Ramu Kaka's mommaga ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾನಂತೆ ರಾಮು ಕಾಕ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ. Even he also surprised about the frog sound. Frog sound ಕೇಳಿ ಕೇಳಿ ಅವನಿಗೂ ಸಹಿತ ಬೇಜಾರಾಯಿತು, ಒಂಥರ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಯ್ತಂತೆ. One day, Ramu Kaka's son visited to the Ramu Kaka's home from the village, and he also surprised and hearing that sound, and he also felt upset. Grandpa, he said, Grandpa, he said, there seem to be a lot of frogs here. Grandpa, nange ansutte ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ frogs ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Grandpa, he said, Grandpa, I seems to hear a lot of frogs are there. ಬಹಳ frogs ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನಂತೆ. Yes, my son, agreed Ramu Kaka, but no one can do anything about them. Yes, my son, but no one can do anything about them. ಹೌದು ಮಗನೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾರು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Yes, my son, but no one can do anything about them. Because why? Asked the boy. Ramu Kaka's grandson, boy, asked why? Because Sahib's son Ravi is very fond of them. He loves to play with them and put them in his pocket, said the old gardener. Ravi is very fond of them. Ravi loves more frogs. They both are Ravi's friend, and he took the frogs in hand and he put it in the packet. Said grandfather, gardener. How horrible it must be to hold a frog in your hand, said the boy, making a face. If you so wish, I can help you get rid of them in no time. It's very bad, right? Taking a frog in hand and putting in a packet, that is very bad. Actually, how he is doing all these things? If you tell me means I will take that frogs, I will help you, like that he told. Frog na ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜೇಬಲ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಒಂಥರ ಅಸಹ್ಯ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಫ್ರಾಗ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಫ್ರಾಗ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಫ್ರಾಗ್ ನ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕಳ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ